Hello, my name is Reginald Bullock, and I want to talk to you about education and getting educated. When I look at my life, I am so excited and thankful and blessed to have the education that I have. But it was definitely an unlikely journey, and I want to share this journey with you in case your journey is similar or your journey is even more difficult and you just want to quit. I'm here to tell you, don't quit. I started off in Philadelphia, the Richard Allen Projects, and I went to Spring Garden Elementary School, right there at 12th and Poplar area of the Richard Allen Projects. We migrated to Germantown, and I ended up at John L. Kinsey. Now, at Spring Garden, we used to get beat with rulers and yardsticks by the teachers. It was legal. And then at John L. Kinsey School, I remember the principal on the loudspeaker saying, "Go straight home after school," because there was going to be a gang war and shooting. From there, I went to Ada H. Lewis Middle School. I tell you, I have fond memories of that school. And one of the memories I have is many of the teachers, especially the male teachers, were African Americans, and they dressed in suit and tie. Mr. Edwards Armstead, Patti LaBelle's husband, was there, so Patti used to show up every now and then. Tony Williams, everybody knows Tony Williams because he was a saxophonist. He was a jazz artist in Philadelphia. Grover Washington Jr. was his friend. He did so much, Mount Airy Cultural Center, and just bringing jazz to the students of Philadelphia. From there, I got lucky and I went to Parkway Gamma. Parkway Gamma was an academic school. We called our teachers by their first name. My principal, who was really called a unit head, his name was John Chapman. We had Wardell O'Connor, and Florence Johnson was my counselor. And if it wasn't for Florence Johnson, I never would have went to college. I didn't think I was going to go to college. She found a school for me. Fashion Institute of Technology, New York. I got into FIT because I had been sewing and making clothes since age 10. I was able to audition and get accepted into the number one fashion school in the world, where I majored in menswear design and marketing. Of course, I started majoring in fun and music and everything else, and I couldn't afford to stay in school, and I had to leave. Before I left Fashion Institute of Technology, I did tell Dean Rittenberg and Julian Bartok, who was his secretary, that I would eventually finish my degree. I would finish what I started. So I joined the United States Air Force and became a aircraft armament systems specialist, basically a weapons specialist. Rockets, missiles, bombs, guns on aircraft. While in the Air Force, I got stationed in Germany, and I went to the educational office and told them what I wanted to do. I wanted my degree. So they told me about the Air Force had a community college of the Air Force. They said, since I'm already in the Air Force, I've already started getting credits. But they also recommended that I major in a bachelor's program through another school where I could be going to this other school and majoring in their bachelor's program while sending credits back to FIT and working on my community college of the Air Force degree. So I went to Troy State University and majored in accounting. It was awesome. Of course, I wasn't the most studious of students, so I had to take English 101 and 201 and English Comp and all of those other liberal arts. In doing so, by reading the autobiography of Martin Luther King and the autobiography of Malcolm X and having to write a composition paper on each, it actually helped me to recognize my deficiencies in reading and writing and such and improve them. And at that point, the journey was on. I'm majoring in accounting and I'm in school. I'm working on my bachelor's degree. Talk about pride. I felt so good. But then I had to leave Germany and go back to the United States. When I got back to the United States, I really wanted to stay in school. So guess what? I ended up finding out about Hampton Institute. Hampton Institute. So while attending Hampton Institute, I majored in accounting again, and I ended up taking a class called business law. This business law class, along with my newfound ability to read and write, started letting me know I was missing something. They say if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. I found out the power of books, the power of reading, and business law helped me to understand There's so much in the world that I was missing. So education is not just to get a degree. It's to learn about the world, learn about who you are, expand your horizons. And now, HU, Hampton University, did that for me. I will say this, it wasn't until years later that I found out that I was at a historically black university, HBCU, historically black college university, because it was an institute at the time. I didn't even know what that meant while I was going to HI, now HU. So you never know what's going to happen along your journey. And along my journey, I ended up becoming a staff sergeant in the United States Air Force. And then I became a recruiter in Philadelphia. So as a recruiter in Philadelphia, downtown Philadelphia, I still wanted to finish my education. Community College of Philadelphia was only 3 blocks away. I could walk there. I literally went to school by going to school. I think I got to class at 8 o'clock in the morning. And by 8:55, I would walk back to work, got to work at 9 o'clock, worked all day long, and then walked back to the school for my 6 p.m. class. And I would leave somewhere around 9 o'clock, get home and study. So I did that dance for quite a while, got my liberal arts. Dean Rittenberg kind of cut a deal with me that I can send credits back to FIT. So I actually got my associate's degree in menswear design and marketing by going to Community College of Philadelphia. But that's not all. In addition to going to Community College of the Air Force, Community College of Philadelphia, I also enrolled in Southern Illinois University. Now here's the struggle. I am an Air Force recruiter. I'm a husband, 2 new babies, and I'm attending 2 colleges at the same time, carrying 21 credits a semester by going to Community College of Philadelphia during the week for my liberal arts and going to Southern Illinois University on the weekends at McGuire Air Force Base, an hour away, majoring in education, training, and development. So yes, I switched my major from accounting to education, training, and development. Didn't know nothing about it, but here's the cool thing. By learning about education, I was learning to learn. I had to teach, write curriculums, do practicums. I remember I taught Miss Clarice in a GED program, 67-year-old lady getting her diploma for the first time. Knew more about science than I did. That was humbling. The point is, Southern Illinois University, SIU, Southern Illinois University. I graduated in 1991 with a Bachelor's of Science in Education, Training, and Development. Now, I was motivated. I wanted my degree to become an officer in the Air Force, but this Gramm-Rudman bill prevented me from becoming an officer, and so I ended up getting out of the Air Force and later on coming back into the Air Force and going into the Air National Guard, where Captain Preston Smith gave me an opportunity, and I actually became an officer in March of 1996. Once I was in the Air Force as a second lieutenant, my career took off all over again. I was doing 2 belows, for those of you, you know what that means. So I made major pretty quickly, and the Air National Guard decided, Reggie, you should go to intelligence school. So I went to Joint Military Intelligence College, JMIC, to get a master's degree in strategic intelligence, where I had to write a thesis. So talk about that journey and think about it. I started from the projects. Who would have known that I'm now getting a master's degree in strategic intelligence? And this master's degree is one of the few top secret master's degrees in the world because our school was inside a facility, a SCIF, where it had a lot of cool secret stuff. Now, fast forward, it's called National Intelligence University. Remember, I went to Hampton Institute, that's now Hampton University. Well, I went to Joint Military Intelligence College, which is now National Intelligence University. And I have a master's degree in strategic intelligence. So now, I have an associate's degree in associate's applied science in menswear design and marketing. I have a bachelor's of science in education, training, and development. And I have a master of science in intelligence, strategic intelligence. But that's not all. How they say, but wait, there's more. Now the educational journey is just taking me along for the ride. It's incredible. So here's how incredible it is. In addition to me working on my strategic intelligence master's degree, the Air Force was like, Reggie, we want you to go to Capitol Hill and be an Air Force fellow. So I went to Capitol Hill to be an Air Force fellow in Congressman Trent Franks' office for a year. And while there, they sent me to Georgetown University to get a certification in legislative affairs. So here I am on Capitol Hill getting a degree in a certification in legislative affairs. And then after that, they left me on Capitol Hill, put me on the Senate side for 2 more years to do the work of the Air Force as the middleman between the United States Senate and the Air Force. How cool is that? Remember, I started in the Richard Allen Projects. If I can do it, you can do it. But that's not all. Fast forward. After I get out of the Air Force, and I ended up at KPMG because of all of that education, and I ended up at the Department of Commerce, I ended up going back to Georgetown to get a certification in executive leadership coaching or leadership coaching, which is what I do now. So I own my own company. I'm a executive leadership coach. I'm a trainer, keynote speaker, and to top it off, I've written 4 books. Go figure. A dyslexic, illiterate kid from Philadelphia to now. And so here I am with all of this education, and it's working for me. If it can work for me, it can work for you. For those of you who have a hard time going to school, thinking about school, or why you should go to school, take a look at my story. I mean, it was a struggle, and I just filled in the blanks by saying fast forward, but it was definitely a struggle. But wait, there's one more thing I want to share with you. I told you there was one more thing. I'm Reginald Lafayette Bullock, the proud member of Alexandria Fairfax, Virginia, alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I didn't know you needed a bachelor's degree to become a member of this great fraternity. I didn't know you needed a bachelor's degree to become an officer in the United States Air Force. I didn't even know what an officer was. I didn't even know what a GPA was while I was at Fashion Institute of Technology. I was illiterate. I was dyslexic. And I was misinformed, uninformed. I'm making this video to help those of you who don't have the information, who culturally were not raised in an environment where you had access or privilege. That wasn't me. I came from the projects. I had to scrape and struggle to get everything, and I still do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't quit. I did not quit. So for those of you who are having a hard time in college or don't even know whether or not you want to go to college, I don't need a bachelor's degree. I don't need a master's degree. There's a whole long story about my PhD journey. But the point is, education is useful. I have used every bit of my education. The streets, I got educated. The military, I got educated. In school, I got educated. I still continue to use my education. So here's a recap just for you. It ain't easy, but yes, I started off at Spring Garden Elementary School, John L. Kinsey Elementary School, Ada H. Lewis Middle School, Parkway Gamma High School, Fashion Institute of Technology, Troy State University, Hampton University, Community College of the Air Force, Community College of Philadelphia, Southern Illinois University, and Georgetown University. Me. Go figure. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Reggie B saying get out there and become the best version of yourself.